for about composition, regarding composition, how did I get into composing? I was actually attending concerts a lot, and every time I listen to music, I'll be like thinking about what was the composer thinking, and how is the music going to change? How is the music going to end? And I'm always like thinking about the flow of thoughts in a composer's mind, and I'm thinking about, you know, what inspired him, what spurred him to write this. So naturally I wanted to write my own music. Yeah.
I see. And when was that you started composing?
So I started taking my first official composition class in freshman college, which was 20 years old. Yeah, 21 years old. Yeah, so pretty late.
So a lot of Western musicians who study music, they have a passion for their instrument, and they end up getting forced into composition classes at university, and a lot of them find it a real struggle. It sounds like you had almost the opposite experience, where you had this passion inside for understanding the compositions you were hearing, and that led you to choose this path of learning composition technique. Could you tell us a little bit about that journey to pursue that instinctive urge to compose? And I suppose you had to learn some of the kind of music theory and formal structures that make it all possible.
Yeah, so as a performer, my teacher, and I guess every teacher, would tell the students to think about what's the intention, what is the composer doing. So the intention is so important. We have to read about a composer background, what was happening in the composer's life when he or she was writing, and so that, I think the fact that when I was a performer, I had to think about the composer got me started. So I started looking at music, not just notes on a paper, but really like, what is the intention? What is the image? What is the image that we have to get to the audience? What is the image that we have to communicate to the audience? So, you know, it started as a performer, and I guess that's how I became very interested in the background of the composer, and I started writing. Yeah, but you have to be, I guess the spark really comes from a very curious mind. You know, creativity, to me, it starts from being curious and intrigued. Having a expansive mind, like, okay, so this happens, what happens next? And, you know, like, you just have to be intrigued and really curious about everything in general.